Hey, Seth here. Let's review the HS3000 or Hydra-Screed. It's our hydraulic roller screed platform. This platform has been used by contractors large and small all around the world for years to get the job done. It runs off hydraulics. It requires 5 gallons a minute at 2200 PSI of your hydraulic flow, and is commonly plugged into a mobile power unit or an available auxiliary source, such as a skid steer, mini excavator, or etc. Comes with 40 feet of hydraulic hose standard. Also comes with a flow control block and the large flat face quick connect couplers, so it can easily attach to your power source. As it powers a 6-inch 10-gauge steel tube, we connect it to this with a pipe plug. This plug inserts into both ends and expands to lock into place. With those plugs, we also enables a contractor to get more wear out of each tube. If a tube would happen to get bent or damaged, they're able to cut down that tube, trim it down out the bad area, and then still use the shorter tube on shorter pours. This machine is completely ambidextrous, meaning I can run my power side from one side of the pour or another side of the pour and trade them out in literally minutes. Because of that, you're able to do pours where you might have an instruction on one side and then flip your power side, or where you have a power side that is only capable of being on one side and move that quickly. Our goal with this platform is to provide a durable unit that is as functional and capable as possible. Every job is different, and the demands cause what a contractor wants to do with any given piece of equipment to change with many variables. Let's look at this machine in operation. A typical roller screed is going to have an operator on two sides of the screed. One is going to manage the power or drive side of the screed. The other is going to be on the non-power or dead end of the screed. With this, they're going to pull the tube across normally formwork on both sides. Most roller screeds are going to operate most efficiently if they have at least 6 inches of the tube sticking over both ends of the form. This allows for some movement in and out without dropping off the form and having to go back and fix a mistake. With the drive side, we have a variable speed directional hydraulic valve. This enables the operator to control the direction that the tube is spinning, as well as the speed the tube is spinning. Depending on many variables in a job, such as slump, the other consistencies of what the concrete is made of and such, the operator may want to speed up or slow down that spinning process as they run the screed along. Some of the things that this platform offers to make that easier are a couple things. This handle, by removing this point, this pull pin right here, is able to pivot in and out. It also has a pivot point down here by pulling this pull pin. This allows the operator not to be tied up close to the form, but they can move in and out in an efficient manner. We provide 2 operators belts with this platform. Using these belts, a contractor will connect to the roller screed and be able to use their body weight to do the pulling. This is more ergonomic and allows them to reduce fatigue on their back, shoulders, and arms as they operate the screed. Moving down the power side here, we see our connection to the tube. We've got a round shaft, and the motor is connected to it by a D-style pull pin here. That allows for the contractor to easily couple or decouple this connection and connect it to either end of the tube as they see fit. The non-live side is able to adjust to a longer or shorter length depending on the operator and what works best for them. Also standard on this Hydra-Screed platform is a flow control block. This is designed to allow you to power off of virtually any available hydraulic power source. What this block does is bypasses the excess fluid and pressure through and back to the system without damaging your Hydra-Screed system or the system that's providing the pump for it. It comes standard with 2 flat face couplers that will connect to most small equipment offerings such as a skid steer or a mini excavator. As a contractor prepares his pour with the HS3000 Screed in mind, he needs to consider several things. First is his formwork, the durability, and what is required for this screed. Now this screed runs a tube from 3 foot all the way up to 30 foot wide. That 6-inch 10-gauge steel tube is generally going to be around 9 pounds per foot. So if they're using a large tube, they're going to need a more robust or durable form. With a smaller tube, standard forming practices are going to be fine. The one requirement is that forming surface be free from impediments. So as they place that formwork, any stakes or pins must be flush or below the height of that formwork and not above. Common practice in some jobs is to leave them wild, and that doesn't work well with this platform, as we're using that top point on that form as a grade point to ride the screed across. It is capable of riding on all types of formwork such as steel, 1-bys, 2-bys, plastic, and something like a masonite or a plywood form. But just keep in mind the weight you have depending on the length of tube you have when you place that. So the accuracy of the flatness and any dips or such in your pour are going to be reflected based off the accuracy of the height of the form. Most contractors will look to have a tube that runs past their formwork at least 6 inches, so as they pull the tube across the form, they're not slipping off or causing issues that then have to be reworked. Some contractors will run tubes in excess of several feet past the formwork if that's what they have available on the job. That's not a problem, but if you get your drive side over 3 feet past the supporting formwork, because of the extra weight on that side, it can cause the tube to hop or wobble as they go. So we recommend no greater than 3 feet for the drive side sticking over the side of the formwork. When we look at the type of concrete that we're using with this screed platform, roller screeds are ideal in the fact that they can handle a slump from an 8 all the way down to a 2. Because that spinning motion of the tube actually cuts and moves the material, they're unique from almost any other platform available on the market. Any screed that vibrates is going to move the concrete and settle it, whereas this disperses it via the weight of the screed and that cutting motion of the tube. This platform, being hydraulic and using a steel pipe, is commonly used on heavy DOT projects where they're using a very high PSI and low slump concrete that needs a suitable screed that can bully and move that mud. Some contractors find if they're in an application where they're using a high early mix or something that's just really high PSI, they will actually add additional weight into this platform. Because we provide the plugs in the end of the tubes that are rubber and tighten down, contractors can put sand or water into that tube to increase the weight if they need that weight for a desired project. As referenced before, a lot of contractors think that this platform is only used for pervious pours. That's not the case, but these elements of being heavy and being able to add weight make it an ideal platform for any pervious pour, as that concrete is much more difficult to move and does not flow like regular concrete. If you're asking what slump is perfect for this platform, that can range. Generally, that's going to be more project and operator specific. Because the speed that the tube is spinning can change and be controlled minutely by the operator, generally operators will run a faster speed on the drier slump concrete and a slower speed on the wetter concrete. This platform is also ideal on sloped pours where they're again going to be using a very low slump concrete so it does not move or bubble under the screed as they're passing the screed along the pour. So to sum that up, we don't need a specific slump and we don't require a specific consistency, and that's part of the beauty that this platform offers. As a leader in shaped concrete, curb roller manufacturing uses several different platforms to power our custom drums. What we have here is a small flume or ditch paving drum. The design is to pour a piece of concrete that's in a C or cupped shape that will carry water or other things. The Hydra-Screed, as a generic platform, is generally capable of something between 6 inches and 12 inches deep and up to 20 feet wide. Now, we have options for wider and deeper projects, but on your standard run-of-the-mill machine, those are some variable numbers that are generally capable for this platform. As you can see here, it uses a guide ring to keep this tube aligned on both sides of the drum with your forms, and you're able to roll it across the forms and shape concrete in a very similar process to rolling a regular tube. Now, there are other variables that come in, whereas your slump needs to be a more specific range, your finishers need to have more specific tools for finishing behind, and there are other things that can play into this. We can provide expertise in the design, production of these platforms, and in their use in the field. Whether you own the Hydra-Screed platform or not, if you're looking at a project with unique requirements or demands in shaped concrete, let us work with you to design, build, and deliver a platform that will help you shape your success. Let's go over the maintenance, transportation, and care for this unit. Typically, most contractors are going to disconnect the power side and the T-bar handle from the tube when they transport this. It obviously allows for the easiest transportation and minimizes any damage to moving it connected to the tube. As we reviewed before, that can be done by pulling this D-style pull pin and sliding the couplers off of both ends. As far as cleaning, this machine, because it's hydraulic, can be completely immersed in water. The things that we tell guys to really look out for is to make sure they clean the area where it couples to the machine. Anything that gets up on this machine, up in the upper part, is not going to damage it, as the valve is encased in that. But as a good rule of thumb, the cleaner the better with any concrete equipment. For maintenance, we have a greasable bearing on this end of the platform, which has 2 grease zerks, and we recommend you checking the grease on that every couple of times you use it, or if you're going to be running the Screed all day long, every several hours. This machine is durable and designed to handle the rigors of a concrete job site and is backed by a 3-year limited warranty. If you have a project that requires an odd configuration or custom profile or something that seems too difficult to produce in any other way, contact your local curb roller dealer or our sales staff to see if we can provide an innovative solution to solve your needs.